Hello, everyone. I just wanted to quickly introduce myself. My name is Daryl Langevin. I'm the instructor, one of the instructors for Bio30 Anytime. I just wanted to give you a quick navigational video on just how to access your Moodle in that. Now, it's not going to answer all of your questions, but it's just going to be a short as I can video on just how to navigate this a little better. And if you have some more questions, you can just contact me and we can go through it in a little bit more detail. So a little bit about this, if we take a look, that's what your Moodle page should look like. You'll see general announcements. So there will be some information always on here, just how to get started and stuff like that. Always check on that periodically. But let's just take a look at the columns on the right here. So first of all, on the far right column is my instructor contact information. So at this point, we're not really doing phone calls, but you can email me and just click on that and you can give me a quick email if you have any questions. If you keep going down that right column, you can see the course grading. This is essentially how your mark is determined. So you can see that there are 6 unit exams worth 25%, 7 quizzes worth only 10%, a midterm that's worth 25%. That is proctored. It says that right in there. And the final exam is proctored as well. So I will, as the instructor, be proctoring those information. We'll talk more about that later. But the other ones you're going to do by yourself, on your own, when you determine you're ready for the actual exam. Now, all the exams, including the midterm final, are all closed book, meaning you're not allowed to use any kind of resources. But all that information is there. Now, if you want to book your midterm and your final exam, when you are ready to do that, you're going to click on this link. It's going to get you into a calendar. You're going to see the times that are available for either the midterm or the final. Click on that. It's going to send you some information. Now, I'm not going to go into that too much detail, but that's essentially how you book your midterm and final. Of course, if questions come up, you're just going to let me know. Course extension, this is also very important. Now, when you got your first initial email from Orlando from upgrading online, there was an important date. It was your end date. That's when you have to have all the material, including the final, completed. Now, if in the last couple of weeks when you're ready to finish, if you feel that you will not have enough time to complete the course because life got in the way or something, this is where you're going to get the information on how to apply for a free, and it is free, 28-day course extension. You're just going to click on that, and you have to do it in the last 2 weeks. When you click on that, it gives you some information on what to include into your email, and you will be emailing Upgrading Online Orlando as well, but all that information is going to be in there. So that's how you apply for a free 28-day extension. It can't be done sooner than your last 2 weeks of your course. And that's why it's super important for you to keep track of your end date. You don't want to let the end date expire and then try to apply. You won't qualify for that. Now, there are another extension you can get, but that's much more difficult. There has to be extenuating circumstances to get those second extensions, but this one will be an automatic free once you apply an automatic extension. So whatever, keep that email from Orlando just outlining when the end date is. Any kind of resources that you need in that. So if you need some support, there's a link here, but I'll also show you another place where you can access that information. Here's a personal course scheduler. You can click on that, enter your start date, your end date, and it will tell you where you should be roughly at any given time. Now, the luxury of this course is you can do it at your pace, but it's always a good idea to have some kind of, indication of where you should be at any given time, and that will help you to do that. There are also some other quick links that you can access here, but I'll let you just kind of take a look at that. Now, if we go back over here, this is an important link. Let's go to the center, general news and announcements. So again, there's some general information. There's myself, Daryl Langevin. This is a very important link right here. It says the Ultra Online Tutorial link. If at any time you require some tutorial help from me, and that's the nice thing about this course is anytime you get stuck, just give me an email, and what we can do is we can determine a time and place or a date that we're going to meet. You're going to click on this link. This is the link. It looks like a puzzle icon that when we determine a time, that's where we're going to meet. So you'll click on that. Now, of course, email me first. We'll get a time. Click on that link. It'll take you to a site, a Blackboard site where we can draw pictures. We can kind of go over any of the tutorial help that you might be needing. If you need help to be able to Make sure your mic and camera's working on that tutorial link. There's a bit of a video here as well. You also have the welcoming email, which I've already probably sent you. You can click on that just to see any other information. And then you have all your course right here. You have a Start Here menu. Click on that, and this is super important. This tells you how to optimize your success. So it tells you, first of all, to contact me if you have any questions. Sign up for Remind. So Remind is a phone app where I will send you clues and also results on some of your unit exams. So this is a really good one to have. So if you have quick questions, this is probably the best way to get a hold of me is through Remind. Now you can do the email. I'm not always stuck to my computer, but I am always stuck to my phone. So that's probably the best way to contact me if you have a quick question or if you just want to arrange a time for us to meet. There's also a tutorial center. There's some information on there. And there's lots of links. I'm not going to go through each individual one, but lots of information. So the type of resources that you should have. Now, these are just recommended optional resources. The textbook, not so much. I mean, you probably won't have a lot of time to read it, but if you do, that's probably a resource that you might want, but that's optional. The one that you do want is the Bio 30 The Key. Lots of practice questions. So that is a really good one for you to get. There's also the course outline here. You can also see how to prepare for the midterm, the unit exams, and the final exam written response questions. All of them have them. So that's good information. How to study, this is lots of information. So if you want some tips on how to study most efficiently, click on some of those links here. There's also a data booklet that you can print, and you will need that for your or probably more for your final and for your Unit 6 exam, but a lot of that information you're going to see as we go along here. Quickly, student services. Click on that. Lots of different resources that are available to you as an online student. So Computer Commons, if you have any problems with your computer, your password or anything like that, that's where you're going to go on, where you're going to click on for that information. But there are also numerous other resources that you can access. And then we have the actual units. So you can see the unit 1, 2, 3, they're all kind of laid out the same. These are going to be your primary resources when you're going through the course itself. So really quickly, if we click on that, you can see all of them has some outcomes, but more importantly, here are the student notes. So the student notes along with this flow chart are your primary resources. Inside the student notes, there's all sorts of videos, practice questions, study strategies. All of my videos, make sure you watch those because I'm giving you tons of clues on what you're going to encounter on some of your exams. So that's super, super important. Now, there are some YouTube videos. Sometimes they change the URL address. They're no longer work, but all of my YouTube videos will be working. So that is your primary resource. You're also going to look at the flow charts as well. And the flow charts, I do have a video in Unit 1 to show you how to use those flow charts most effectively. And all the courses are laid out like that. Here's your self-quiz. So when you're ready to do your quiz, after you've done the information and you've studied it, you're going to practice your quiz. Once you have completed your quiz, then you are eligible to do your exam. Now you can't do the exam unless you've completed the quiz first. So once you've done the quiz, this will become live or an active link. You can click on that and then you can challenge your exam. And you have 6 of those exams there. So that's how they're kind of laid out. After units 1, 2, and 3, there's your midterm. If we click on midterm, there's all sorts of information on how to, instructions on how to do your midterm. It is a proctored exam, so you will have to book some time with me in order to have me proctor that midterm for you. But there are all the instructions. The actual exam itself, there's a study guide. This is super important. This will really help you determine what you need to take a look at to best prepare for that midterm. So there's a study guide link, but there's the actual exam itself. It does require a password. Once me and you link onto the proctoring site, I will provide you with the password. Now that's more information than you need just to start out with, but I just want you to see where some of this material is located. So the midterm is based on units 1, 2, and 3. Then the second half of the course, unit 4, 5, 6, same thing. Those are your notes. If you want additional information, practice questions, you can go on to this link here, which is supplementary material. There are some final exam resources. If we click on that, again, I'm giving you more information than you need at this moment, but I just want to show you where some of this information is located, including some practice questions, a breakdown of the final, and also a study guide for the final. Those are also very important. Course evaluation, when the course is completed, I'm going to get you to do evaluation to see how we can maybe improve on this course or what we're doing well. And then there's the final exam booking information. So again, there's the instructions. You must book the final exam with me, and I showed you the other link before. And also here is the final exam actual test right here that you will be clicking when you're ready. Again, I'll give you a password, and then we'll get you started on that. So all sorts of information there. If you need to write the diploma, there's some more information here. You do not need to do the diploma if you're taking post-secondary in Alberta. Our final is going to be sufficient. If you plan on going overseas or something like that, then you might want to consider doing the diploma. But if you have questions about that, you can let me know. So that's basically, in a nutshell, all of the different features that are located in your Moodle course. Again, it's not going to answer all your questions, but it's just going to help you navigate through your Moodle a little bit easier. If you have specific questions as they come up, of course, click on this email or with the Remind app, and you can ask me any questions that you need to. Okay, so thank you very much. Good luck with the course, and I look forward to working with you guys. Thank you very much. Bye, guys.